Greetings once more, people. I'm glad to be here, and today I want to teach you a few skills that we want to do this evening. Now, today I want to make the chefs usually call it a papadam basket. Usually it's used for display at the buffet when you want to put bread or you want to put croissants. Now, what usually happens is we have a very old system of how we make these baskets. The first old system, we only used to put plywood. Yeah, this is plywood. We only used to put plywood, which is this one down here. But later, after some years, we decided that we are going to develop this basket much better. So now we've also decided to put veneer. When you have it like this, it usually becomes much more presentable, and we are able to varnish the basket. Varnishing the basket, it actually resonates well with the cane. Now, what I want to do right now, I want to show you how we usually weave on this kind of basket. So first, we usually have the plywood attached to the veneer using contour. Thereafter, we make holes with the drill bits. It's usually 3/16. That's the size that we usually do. So right now, I want to show you how we do this basket. Before we start weaving, the most important thing we usually do first is we have a kind of a belt. The belt is made from, you see, like 3 of these pieces of cane. So we put here, and then we put there, and then we put there. And then now, that's when we start weaving the basket. So, you can notice this is the pattern here. The purpose of this pattern is to cover the holes so that it is completely airtight. So as you can see, we start like this. You must use three pieces of cane to have this kind of finish. So we always make sure we press on the cane so that it's tied to the board. So from there, this is how we do it. And then another important thing when weaving these baskets, you have to make sure the cane, these holes are an odd number, so that you don't have a kind of finish whereby it kind of repeats itself. So I'll show you all around. So this way, this is how we do it. Then we always pull. You have to make it at least the same even size. Like here, you pull it here a bit. Always make sure the cane. We always make sure the cane is wet so that it does not break. It has to be flexible. Yeah, now when we reach here, we only cut 2 from behind. Yeah, that way. So now this one continues. We continue with this weaving. Now, this is what I wanted to explain. When it reaches here, That is how it's supposed to look like after the belt. But now if you have it on an even number on this, what usually happens, that's what happens. This is what you should always try to avoid. So you can see it's now starting to take shape. When weaving, make sure you always pull the cane upwards so that the walls don't kind of break inside, bend inside. So it's now when it reaches here, you have to make sure there's even spacing and it is well shaped. So from here you continue. This is how we make baskets for the food service. Now, when it reaches here, you'll realize as it goes higher, it starts to weaken. So what we usually do, we add another piece of cane from the right. You don't add here, you add from here. So we add from here. Purpose of adding the cane is to strengthen the basket so that it doesn't cave in. So you have to make sure it goes all around. There are many ways of making this tray. Another way is to also have a woven base under, but for us we prefer this way because it economizes, it's a way of economizing the cane, and it's a way of having the base completely